Man, music's been in my life forever. As long as I can remember, my parents had this really eclectic collection of records, of maybe like 30 or 40 records, and I listened to them quite a bit, and I think it deeply affected me. This one right here, right? The first side is all stereo demonstration things like ping pong, games. There's some like cartoon kind of stuff. I listen to this a lot. And then side two is just like circus music, limbo stuff, polka, sea shanties. But I listen to this quite a bit. And I recently discovered, as I was pulling these records, I had a backup copy, I thought, which was this one. But they're different. The side two is different on this one, which is kind of bizarre to me. But this one, I think the one that I listened to came out a year earlier. So I wonder if there was some kind of copyright issue going on. But man, I would sit and listen to this thing over and over and over again. And I kind of still do. This one right here, Shut Down. This is, so my best friend Jeremy, his dad had a bunch of hot rod records, and we would sit and listen to them all the time. This has a lot of, there's a Beach Boys song in here. I don't like the Beach Boys, but it's okay because there's only one Beach Boys song on here. But there are all these kind of wild novelty songs, including Chicken and Black Denim Trousers, which are completely intense. But Jeremy and I used to listen to this quite a bit. There's a song on here, Car Trouble by the Eligibles, which was the first song I learned recently that had backwards masking, I guess you would call it, on a record, where it's the dad's voice, and he's like, you know, get out of here, you long hair, you better bring my daughter back, but it's all backwards. What are you doing listening to your record backwards? Yeah, this is kind of an incredible record. And the funny thing about this is, like, I have several copies of this, and anytime I see one, I buy it, and I usually give to somebody to spreading the love, right? A lot of these are from my childhood. This is maybe one of the first records I ever had. I got this for Christmas one year. It was Funny Bone Favorites and then Funky Favorites also, its companion. A lot of novelty songs, Alley Oop, Stranded in the Jungle, The Thing. Some terrible Ray Stevens songs. Dinner with Drac. Yakety Yak, which was like one of the greatest songs ever written, I think. The name's even on the back, under by the Mr. Microphone thing. This was another record, and the companion one I listened to a lot, that I think kind of shaped my, how I like a lot of novelty records, a lot of funny stuff. I always want some humor in whatever I'm listening to. It could be something crazy like Slayer or something, but if there's not a little bit of humor in it, I don't want anything to do with it. Right. Funny Bone Favorites. Hey. A record that I wish I still had. There's a few of them. I used to have maybe about 3,500 records at one point, and I sold quite a bit of them off. Most of them were, you know, does anyone really need 30 copies of Mitch Miller? Probably not. And just stuff I had for the covers, or would make me laugh or whatever, but they were just taking up a lot of space. I did get rid of some of them for some money. And No Means No records. There's a few No Means No records, and now the price is absurd to try to buy them off eBay or Discogs. But allegedly, they've done one. Alternative Tentacles has started reissuing the record, so hopefully that'll happen. But by the time I get the ones that I want, I'll probably be like 90 years old. All right, here's another one. This is a funny record. Everyone knows Louie Louie, right? But this is supposedly a live record. Canned applause on it, not live at all. But that said, this is a record I played along with quite a bit, and I figured out basic 12-bar blues because there's all sorts of instrumentals in here. Well, mostly instrumentals. The vocals are kind of like secondary to a lot of this. Long Tall Texan might be one of the first songs that I learned I could figure out I could play the whole thing by myself. First time I heard Night Train. This record is completely scratched up and awful, and I can't, for some reason, I just can't bring myself to get another one because it just wouldn't be the same, maybe. There's a couple skips on it, but that's fine with me. All right. Okay, here's here's another one. Oh boy. Ghostly Sounds. I don't know if you can see this or not, but this makes me laugh all the time. This artist that did lots of stuff, George Peed. All right. This is one I had as a still have as a kid, and this record used to scare the bejesus out of me. Look at that little devil guy up there. Gershon Kingsley, maybe is his name, is like a synthesizer dude. He did a lot of the, I think he did the production of this and the music. There's some wild sounds on here that I think of probably more than I should during like the course of my life. There's a kind of like some weird stories, crazy sound effects. This kind of got me off into the world of Halloween records, which I have way too many of and I'm obsessed with, which is why I make these Halloween albums, right? Klaus Fluoride, Because I Say So. This is the bass player for the Dead Kennedys. But he, at some point, he's got a few solo albums, and they're all sorts of crazy stuff. This kind of introduced me into a bigger world, gateway drug of maybe like The Residents, some kind of esoteric acoustic music, whatnot. My friend Dave and Ron, we listened to this record a lot. There's I think is it Norman Greenbaum? I can't think of who's originally did it, Dominating Baby, but he does it in like kind of a Leon Redbone style, which when I heard this triggered me. It was like, oh man, I remember Leon Redbone being on Saturday Night Live and commercials, so I got way into that, and then got way into music that came out of that era. But this was a constant. I had this on cassette first. It's surprisingly hard to get a hold of now. But yeah, we listened to this a lot. All right. One record that I've been pining for forever is At the Monsters Ball by the Vampires, which is actually Milton DeLugg and Sonny Lester. Like I said earlier, I love Halloween records. I think I have about like 12 gigs at least on my laptop of Halloween albums. And I have quite a few anyways, the physical ones. But this one is, the humor is right smack dab in Mad Magazine world. And it's the type of, the instrumental parts are like what I love, like novelty. It's like 60s novelty jazz kind of rock instrumentals. There's lots of bass six, lots of spooky organ, crazy guitar, wild drumming. But this album, I've only seen it for sale maybe twice, and it's usually pretty pricey. So I'm like, I'm not going to get that, and then I kind of regret it afterwards. But that's one of those things that maybe every other day I look on eBay and see if it's on there or Discogs. Never is. But I have it digitally, which I've had for decades probably. Matter of fact, it's on my phone right now. I listen to it driving around or trying to go to bed. Yeah, that's the one record. At the Monsters Ball. It's out there. Find me. You'll notice there's a thing with me in compilations usually. This is a Homestead Records compilation. The Wailing Ultimate. This is another one that I got in high school, and my friends and I listened to this quite a bit, trying to play the songs off of some of these. Here we go. Look at this. Dinosaur, before Dinosaur Jr. Volcano Suns, Phantom Tollbooth, Squirrel Bait, Big Black, Salem 66, Death of Samantha, Live Skull, Big Dipper. All of these bands on here have become favorite bands of mine. and probably since I heard them here first, these songs end up being like the favorites of mine that they've done. But it's really cool. Like I had this on cassette, and I got the album not too long ago, but it folds out on nice. All sorts of information on here. There's a really good kind of companion compilation called Human Music with a lot of similar bands that are also Homestead Records. But man, this is fantastic. Highly recommended. As a matter of fact, I bought one of these, and the record was a little wobbly. It didn't affect play, but I gave that to someone else, and I found another copy anyways. And I still can't figure out quite what's going on the front cover of this. It's upside down. I think there's like I can't tell if it's a casket maybe with an American flag on it. I don't know what it is. Love this record.